I want to make a video coming up here soon about why 9 to 5s are actually a good thing. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about how they kind of suck and life is just kind of a little bit backwards when you get there. My whole life, I was told that when you get to the corporate world or the adult world, everything becomes super professional. You got to be consummate professional all the time. And I've seen this in some work environments, but truthfully, the ones where I've seen it the most are the ones where I didn't stick around very long to find out otherwise. So I got a couple examples. Obviously, when I was in college, I worked with a bunch of kids that were in college. And there's not really a whole lot of professionalism going on there. That's why, and it was retail. You can move up pretty quickly in retail. But when you get to the corporate world, it's less of the outward childish bullshit and more of the mean girl, super cliquey type of thing. And I'll explain it here. So my first job out of college was during COVID. Or I guess I got it and then COVID happened and we ended up working remotely. So I never actually got to work with people in person for more than 5 weeks. I started the job in February. We got sent home in March. I think it might have been like 4.5 weeks where I actually worked in person with people, and it was in training period. So that first initial segment is all shake hands, happy smiles, blah, 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 blah. And it works too. You really think you're a part of a team in the beginning, just about every job, or the whole like, oh, well, we're a family around here, which is obviously a lie. And weird, because I don't talk to half my family, yet I have to communicate with you guys and act like I like you every day. The second job, I ended up working for an older fella who was what I'll refer to as the good old boys club. He was a part of that years and years and years ago. So this was still, post-COVID 2023 is when I started working there. Or, I'm sorry, I left there in 23. I started working there in 21. So it was still relatively recent to COVID. So there weren't a lot of people in the office, and all the people that were in the office were a part of this good old boys club. So again, I got to see all of the business stories that you hear of people having in like the 80s and 90s. I kind of got to live them within certain, differences. Obviously, new times, so they weren't as extreme. These guys that I was working with, they're older, so they just weren't doing this stuff that much anymore. But I got to live through some of it, which was interesting. And then what I'll classify as my first actual 9 to 5 corporate job where I got to see it through with no external bullshit. No COVID happening, no COVID still being like just in the rear view, where it was we had enough time, the company had enough time to rebound and come back to relatively normal standards. It is so much worse than the good old boys club or any other job that I had. The coworkers that I have, I like some of them are my friends, some of them are coworkers. I've had rumors as somebody who literally, we used to walk on lunch, a group of us, 6, 7 of us. We used to walk on lunch, and we literally just walked, and the girls walked with the girls, and the guys walked with the guys, and we just kind of talked and bullshit about our days, got to learn a little bit about each other. I had rumors going out about me that I was sleeping with one of them at my job. This was like a week after I got married, where the people that supposedly were starting these rumors were aware that I literally just got married, and it was just to cause drama. Now, that girl doesn't work there anymore. Both of us were married and had families. She had a kid that was my age. It was this whole big deal. At my job, I got pulled aside and said, hey, this is what people are saying about you. You might want to, handle this however you want to handle it. And to find out later on down the line, the people that pulled me aside and told me that this is what was happening were people that were encouraging the rumors from the originators of the rumors. So that's a small example, but I've gotten to see rumors get started about tons of people throughout the 2 years that I've been, currently at my position. So it's been an interesting ride, but people do not give a fuck. They are just there to backstab you, sort of. And it sucks because if you want to make any kind of impact in these jobs, I've literally gotten the advice from multiple people, and I'll play the game, but that's the advice. I got the advice to just play the game, man. Rock and roll with it. Lean into your managers and, be kind, kind of friendly, borderline ass kissy with your managers. Your goal is simply just to make a paycheck. And the advice is solid, right? But it doesn't make it any less shitty. Like, theoretically, you should want to go and get promoted and get better raises and be friendly with your bosses and X, Y, and Z so you could provide for your family. I have a wife, I have a dog, I have a cat, I have a mortgage. I'm going to have kids soon. So I should want to go work hard and play the game so I can get promoted and move up and be more important at my job so I have job security and make more money so I can provide a better life for my family. I should want all those things. But days like any random Tuesday or days like today where I sit down and I want to record this, there's usually a reason for it. Some kind of experience that I got to watch. The cliquey mean girls that I have to work with. Some of them are great. Don't get me wrong. But some people really just ruin the experience for the whole. And they're not really professional. All corporate America is, because if you think about it, you get up, you go to work at 9, you get out at 5. If you push those hours back to 7 to 3, it's the same hours as school. All corporate America is a continuation of high school. It's the same concept. You might not have different teachers that you interact with. Maybe you just have one class. Like, think about it like this. If you stayed in your homeroom or your first period class the entire day, where your manager is that teacher, and that is the classwork you do the whole day. You still have different teachers. You still have different departments in your work. You still have, adjacent coworkers or students. But for the most part, it's just high school extended. And I think people lean into that a lot more than they should. And that's what ruins corporate America for a lot of people. And you see the people that are the best at that usually were... I don't like using you always wonder why the popular kids end up being successful. And some people that are not popular in high school end up being wildly successful. But you ever look at the people that are super successful in corporate America, I would wager a lot of them were probably very popular in high school because they know how to work the system. Other times it may take 10, 15 years for you to learn and to move up and work the system. But a lot of times you get like a 25-year-old that's killing it in corporate America. Chances are he was very popular in high school, very popular in college, and he already knew how to work the system when it came to corporate America. So jobs as adults just kind of suck, to be honest with you. There's no real professionalism between coworkers. There's just this initial barrier that you get with that, like, oh, well, my name XYZ, your name's whatever. Shake hands, be friendly, and then a couple weeks go by, and you start to see where people splinter off into the groups that they splinter off into, and then you get to see kind of their real personality. I don't know, this is a little bit of a ranty thing. I'm making a video about 9 to 5s here soon, because it actually isn't a bad deal if you could keep your head down. It allows you a lot of freedoms and opportunity to do a ton of other stuff. But that's for a different day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.